What's up, everybody, and welcome to Weekday Wagers live on our Weekday Wagers YouTube channel. I am your host, Daniel Greer, and with me today is Marky Model. Mark Wallace will be joining me ever so shortly, and we're going to get into so much that's happening around the sports world. And today is the day. If you're looking to place a bet, there's so much happening. Days baseball is starting right now, and Paul Skeens just got shelled, which is incredible. We'll talk to Mark about that here in just a few minutes, but the Sweet 16 tonight, those games should be a lot of fun. There's a lot of good matchups. The 8 teams that are playing tonight, in all honesty, are going to be really good. And I don't think I see any blowouts, which means we'll probably get 4. But I don't see any blowouts just yet. So I think we'll have some good games. But I have a play on that. We'll get into that here in just a few minutes, as well as Survivor. With our TV timeout, we're taking a look at Survivor. And today is the day that there is no Robbie, but we were very close to seeing the Riz God go home. And if you don't want any spoilers, then I apologize. You should have watched Survivor. But let's go ahead and bring in the guy who resembles the Riz God. What up, Mark?
DG, look, I love these weeks where I get a chance to sit in, talk a little Survivor with you on a Thursday. It doesn't happen very often, but when it does, it's always nice. It gets me really invested in Survivor, and it takes my mind off of why I hate betting early season baseball, because the I am still kicking myself for I put up on the site a NRFI parlay. And to see Paul Skeens give up 5 runs in the bottom of the 5th. Well, first of all, it didn't take but the second batter that Pittsburgh sent up to bat to hit a 2-run home run, which spoiled everything. Yeah, just a reminder from the betting gods: pump the brakes. Long season. Let the data come in first.
Yeah, definitely a long season. I don't have the information, but let's go ahead and look at that game that's happening right now, and we'll kind of update it as we go. But do you have a score right now on that game?
Yeah, the Mets are up 5-2, bottom of the second, 1 out. It's a 1-1 count. I'm trying to see. Oh, Bo Bichette is at bat for the Mets right now, which is weird in of itself that he's no longer a Toronto Blue Jay.
Right.
Apparently he got sick of the desperation that happens in the city about this time of year. So, yeah, it's an ugly game for Pittsburgh. Especially ugly. I think I'm more shocked, not so much that Freddie Peralta gave up a 2-run shot before he settled in, but really I'm surprised that Paul Skeens got shelled the way he did coming off his WBC performance where he was just lights out.
Yeah, and I honestly had no idea that Marcus Semien went over to the Mets. I'm just looking at something, and that's how it always happens. It takes me weeks to get caught up.
Right, we're in the process of shifting gears right now, and it's mid-clutch.
Right. Yeah, we're definitely mid-clutch. So is it Brandon Lau hit the home run? Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Another guy coming. It's crazy, and it's always like that. I know the big names, but the smaller names around the edges I don't know or remember about them because probably they're not, very memorable. But it is 5-2 right now in that game. Paul Skeens getting shelled is very shocking, but we'll give an update on that, as well as look at some other games and the Sweet 16. And then I also have my daily dinger, the 3 guys I'm looking at tonight, and I'll see if you have any as well. Yeah, I definitely need your magazines. I need something in my life because I need help. I need Jesus. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get to our plays because we have them. Mark, you're going to lead us off. Tell us what you got.
Listen, I'm going to start on the ice right here, and I'm going to take the Capitals and the Mammoth first period under 1.5 at -102. This is one of those spots where I am telling you right now, listen very closely. Do not place this bet. Don't touch it. Don't even look at it until you check to make sure that Logan Thompson is confirmed in goal for the Caps. Seriously, do not try to get ahead of this. That number's not going to change, but once he's confirmed, hell yeah, absolutely. It's go time. Thompson has been unreal to start games. He's on an 8-game streak of holding teams scoreless in the first period, and he's done it in 12 of his last 13 starts. That's not noise. That's consistency you can actually trust, especially in a market that only needs 20 clean minutes. Yes, it's a little bit longer than a first period or first inning play, but you know what? I like it because Thompson's in goal. When you look at this matchup, and it just reinforces everything. You got the Capitals, who have been a mess on the road. They're 13, 17, and 4, barely generating offense. Over their last 6 road games, they've scored just 8 total goals. That's not a team that's jumping out of the gates early. On the other side, you have the Utah Mammoth, who have been solid overall at home, but they've actually cooled off, dropping 5 of their last 6. What they do still very, very well is they limit opponent shots. They're sitting top 10 in suppressing volume, which is exactly what we're looking for, especially when backing a first period under. This feels like a slow, feeling it out type start where both teams are more worried about not making that first mistake than they are about pushing the pace. Give me the first period under 1.5 at -102.
And if you're wondering what is going on, we have the baseball opener, March Madness, and Mark goes, let's go to the ice. Well, I'm going to stay on the hardwood here, and we're going to take a total that's just a little too low for me. And that's going to be Iowa, Nebraska. It's the over 131.5. It's at -110. And if I'm looking at this, like they're averaging on the season 152 total points per game. That's a huge jump, right? And so we're looking at a 20-point differential. I think that no matter if we're looking at a team in Iowa that does play slower in Nebraska, like I don't think that they completely shut everything down. I still think that they're going to run enough. I think that their defenses are fine. I don't think they're just top level. Just remember, these are white boys out here, okay? We're not looking at just freak athletes. We're looking at a bunch of white boy hoopers that just want to hoop. And at that point, they're going to shoot a bunch of threes. They're going to try to get to the free throw line. At that point, we're going to get over this 131.5. I have this at 71 for Nebraska. Go Big Red. 268 of Iowa. So I expect this to go over, and I think it's a comfortable over that we'll play today. Mark, is it okay to call the white boys hoopers, not athletes?
Look, we're talking about Iowa, Nebraska, right? The Midwest. These guys are white hoopers. It is what it is. The Larry nerds.
Yes, very much Larry nerd. But it looks like Mark's wearing his "Working on My Car" shirt today.
You know what this is? This is, Joe, this is not my red flag shirt. This is, I am going to give you 2 bonus bets. Since you want to call me out, and really, you think all I got is the ice? Here's one for you. Arizona, -7.5. That's a play that I've already posted on the site. And you want one for baseball? Grab the LA Dodgers on the run line at -110 because it is only going to be a matter of time given their lineup before their run line is at -2.5. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a -3.5 this season for the Dodgers. Get them on the run line now. They're too explosive. That is a bet. Every time their run line is at 1.5, I will be playing that as a auto bet. So there's 2 bonus bets for you.
Yep, 2 bonus bets. And I was thinking of that Arizona-Arkansas game, your play, and I couldn't put into words how I feel. Arkansas, they end up with the biggest upset of the tournament, and they win tonight. Arkansas is live. I have them +8.5, but I think they're live dog tonight.
No, I don't think they cover it all. I think that the stars aligned for them in round 2. And I think Arizona is that cloudy night that is full of rain and it's going to storm all over them hogs. Time for a little barbecue.
All right. Well, obviously we do have a lot of baseball that's happening, so we'll get to that. But I just wanted to go ahead and look at something new that we're trying to start, and that is looking at some dingers. And so, yes, we don't have the daily dinger on a Thursday because, in all honesty, we have a lot that we have to put in with the TV timeout. So I thought, because we're going to try to start doing this on the daily, and it's going to be different guys that are going to be doing the videos, and maybe we'll bring in some extra help from outside. We'll call to the bullpen every now and then. I just wanted to share the video. Our first daily dinger video of the season. You can go ahead and find it over on our YouTube channel. But I figured, our homies, let's go ahead and show you today. This is your daily dinger, and I'm your boy DG coming in with 3 guys that's going to go yard today. Let's start off with Mr. Opening Day, and that is Tyler O'Neill. He's done this 6 times in a row. He's actually got a dinger off of our boy Joe Ryan, who's going to be serving him up today. I expect Tyler O'Neill to make it number 7 in a row for Opening Day. Number 2 guy is Junior Caminero. In the World Baseball Classic, this guy was hot as well. I expect him to keep things rolling, and we're going to get another dinger off of Matthew Liberatore, however you say his name. But the last guy that we're going to go with, and that's going to be Solar Power himself, Jorge Soler. He's going against Hunter Brown today, but I don't worry about that as much. I think when we get to the bullpen, we're going to have Jorge Soler, who's been stroking leading up to the regular season. I think he hits another one today. If you like these plays, check us out today and every day, Monday through Friday, Weekday Wagers live at 2 p.m. Eastern. See you there. All right, we got some dingers. Look at Kim White coming in here. Eugenio. That's how you say it, right? Eugenio Suarez.
Eugenio Suarez.
I thought, okay. I was rolling an R. I didn't know why the R got there. And then the G rolled. I wasn't sure there. But yes, Eugenio Suarez plus 338. I looked at these like I'm not. I didn't ask you because I just went for it because I was running out of time. I didn't put the odds up, and I don't know if that we need to. I think we're just giving the guys that we like to hit the home run. But Tyler O'Neill is plus 360, Junior Caminero is plus 310, and then Jorge Soler plus 625. Like, wow, like that's big numbers. And I was like, all right, I'm feeling good about that. So I don't know. Do you like any of my guys, and do you have any yourself?
I do. I really like Jorge Soler off of your list. I think, look, how do you not go? And I'm glad that you didn't go Big Dumper, Ohtani. You know what I mean? Just those everyday. That's like in hockey when we do the Light the Lamp. You know, you put Nate McKinnon on there, who's at minus 110. It's just it's whatever. No, I love that list. I love the format. I love the fact that we're getting 3 guys. I would love to see a couple of these just, all 3 of them hit one night. Boom, 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 boom. That would be a huge pay. That would be a Nonsense McGee type payday on his par list.
Yeah, a little plus. I don't even know what is there a.
That's
29 million.
It's called a plus retirement party.
Plus retirement. That's the lotto. Well, that looks to be a Buckets approved list from Solar Power himself. Shout out to the little pal. And shout out to Joe. Best graphics in the game. I love it. Listen, anytime we can get a shout out, a little pat on the back, I'll take it all day. All right. So this is how you say what? No, there's no way. Lies. You're setting me up for failure. You're setting me up for failure. I don't like this, what you're doing to me. I knew I would bite.
I have Hispanic culture. That is not how you say it.
Eugenio. That sounds better. Eugenio. I don't know what Suarez is what we're going to.
Suarez.
All right, let's get an update on this this Paul Skeens shelling.
Second home run. Brandon Lau just hit his second home run of the game. 5-3. New York Mets, and we're only in the top of the third. I think the over-under on this right now is at 17.5.
That's stupid. All right, well, let's look at that next game. White Sox, top of the first, 1-0, going up against Mizraski, who is their opening day starter. How did they score? Meadroth? All right, these new names getting me. Lead off.
Eugenio Suarez is not a new name, by the way.
No, I know that, but like the yeah, that one got
that was funny.
All right. Chase Midroth. Who is that? I've never seen him in my life. And he just lead off dinger.
So Chase Meadroth, they brought up last year out of their AAA system to kind of fill in and start grooming for this season. He's a great find.
Yeah. All right. Well, I like that. Well, I'm looking at the other games. Nats, Cubs that starts here in about maybe 5-10 minutes. Twins and Orioles should be a really good game. That total is 8.5. I'm looking at that one. And if you look at Joe Ryan, yes, he is long in the tooth. He is a vet, but he also gives up he gives up a good amount of home runs, a bunch of fly balls. The weather looks good. The weather looks to be going. I think it's straight out to that game, if not toward the warehouse to the right a little bit. But either way, really good weather.
Here's the thing that scares me, and I will caution. So if there's anybody that is looking to back one of these superstar arms right now, first of all, I'm guilty. I get it. I understand the draw, the appeal. Yeah, a NRFI sounds really fun right now. Mizorowski last year was one of the best NRFI pitchers in his rookie season. He was being compared to a Paul Skeens-esque type arm, and he's giving up a run in the first day. I just caution you. If you're going to do it, go in really, really lightly. Don't jump all in. These are not full unit plays, especially this season. Baseball is a long season. Save that big play for July and August when there isn't crap else on.
Right. Yeah, for sure. And I played a walks parlay with Freddie Peralta in it, and he hasn't get up a walk yet. It is the middle of the third, 5-3. I'm hoping he still comes through for me. I did it because it's opening day. I had to do the 2+ walks parlay just out of S's and giggles, and so that's why I did it. Will there be an over/under on challenges? That is a Raphael question. I would assume there'll be a challenge today. I assume, right?
Right, but I think that's wow. What a great play if you're a sports book. An over/under on for a daily total of challenges would be great.
All right. Well, we also have the Twins and the Orioles, Red Sox, Reds, Angels, Astros, Tigers, Padres, a good matchup. Nick Pivetta going against Scuball. The Rangers, Phillies, Rays, Cardinals. The Rays, Cardinals. The reason I did Junior Caminero, normally St. Louis, Busch Stadium is not a hitter-friendly park. It has the best weather overall out of every stadium. Not the entire, like the way it plays and the weather, not the combined. The best hitting weather today is in St. Louis, which is weird. But that's why I like Junior Caminero, because usually that doesn't play great, but it has really good chance.
Well, and I can actually tell you why that is. There is a warm front that is pushing all the way across the United States. Lots of humidity, especially in Middle America right now. St. Louis, that makes sense, because I was looking at Dodger Stadium as being a great spot because it's in the 80s, I believe it's low 80s in Southern California. No humidity, very, very dry right now. Whereas in the Midwest, Middle America, you're getting the humidity as well.
How did Nate, and I saw this the other day, he's saying go Big Red, okay, which is Nebraska. And then he's saying go Cardinals. We know that he's a Dallas Stars fan. Dude, what in the hell happened? Like, how did you pick your teams? I'm so shocked. And I have no room to talk. I'm very 90s baby. I'm Braves, Grizzlies hometown team. Braves, Cowboys are my 90s, right? That's I couldn't help it. And my dad was 49ers and Cardinals, so I went the exact rival because that's who I am. But I don't understand how you picked your teams. I'd love to hear what in the world, where the ties are, because they're not like teams like, oh my God, those are like the top of the top teams. No, they're good teams, but they're not like the Cowboys, Yankees type team. So I get that. But I was curious.
Let me ask you a question about that, because that is so fascinating to me. Because the only way, so for me and the selection of my teams, every Saturday when it came down to college football was rooting for Notre Dame.
Okay, they suck.
But you know what it meant? it meant that we didn't have to do chores. And my dad was a Notre Dame fan, and so every time they won, no more chores for the day. We were done for the day. If they lost, it was hell to pay. So as a kid, dude, all I wanted to go play with my friends, right? I didn't want to do chores around the house. Give me an Irish win. I grew up on the West Coast, so they were always playing first thing in the morning, right? So it was the rest of the day was always in play for me.
Right.
That's where that started. And then he was always a Chargers and a Padres fan.
Okay.
And if we tried, at one point, my brother was an Angels and Dodgers fan. We weren't allowed to watch those games. We could watch the Padre games, but we could. So if I wanted to watch a game, it had to be that. So that's kind of how I could never have done what you pulled off of going right head to head with him. I'd have got my ass beat.
Well, I was doing chores no matter what, so it didn't matter about that for sure. He was never dialed in like I'm dialed into sports. He enjoys them and he watches them, but he isn't dialed in like I am. But I got a response from Nate. All right, so this makes complete sense, and I love stories like this because this is what brings us as being fans. He grew up in the '90s in Nebraska. Mike Madonna, greatest hockey. American hockey player.
Dude, he's
the Dallas Stars.
He's so pandered to you.
For sure. And then they got the 90s Cowboys, which I love. And the Cardinals were his dad's team. He's also a Jazz fan because of Stockton and Malone, which 100%. All makes sense. It all depends on how we grew up. And people are like ask you that question. One, Nate has the story to tell. And that's what I love. How I became a Florida Gators fan. Simply, I was, this is in the 90s, okay? Just be clear. Our mascot was an alligator. We had a live alligator that lived in a, those $5 swimming pools, the blue ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, somebody made a cage out of, the chicken wire.
Chicken wire?
That went up 4 feet. And it was put on an area, so it was like 4 feet. And that's where the alligator, we named him Albert, lived in our school. The greatest thing ever. Never could you ever have a live alligator as a pet, as a mascot in your school. But back in the 90s, Fraser, Tennessee, that's how it was.
That goes against so many laws.
So many. But... I don't know. We never got reported. Albert died of old age. He's a good little alligator. He didn't bite anybody, thank God.
Did he die of old age or did he outgrow his pool? Because there's a difference.
So I don't know. I thought it was old age. I don't know, but like he was, I wouldn't say a minute. Like he was smaller alligator. Like he wasn't a big one, but he never like grew to the point of like, oh my God, he's getting bigger. So I don't know if there's miniature alligators or not, but like, he was a small alligator.
Dude,
he got put in the wild.
I've seen way too many swamp people to know that just ain't true.
I don't know. I never thought about that. It's the first time anybody's ever asked me. So anyway, yeah. So I wore gator stuff all the time. Was never aware that there was the Florida Gators. As mom bought me the like a gator hat, gator shirt all the time. Just gators. And I love gators, whatever.
And while we're on fandom real quick, did you know that Mama Hockey, Robbie's mom, is also a Tennessee Volunteer?
Yeah, I heard that on the show yesterday.
Okay, yeah. That was the first time I found out about it.
I didn't know that either. That's weird. I married one. She's beautiful, but my God, I hate the Vols. All right, well, let's get to the games tonight because I don't know what's happening in the Major League Baseball. We've hit on enough of that. Quickly because we got to get to the TV timeout. We're already over our time. Looking at these games tonight, do you have a favorite? We got Texas, Purdue. I know we talked about this already. Texas, Purdue, Iowa, Nebraska. Looking at those two, those are the two early games, 6 o'clock-ish. One, why the F do they play these games like this? Why not start it at 4, 5:30, 7, 8:30? Would that make more sense?
No, because you're missing out on the entire West Coast market when you do it this way. This way, that game at 7:10 is actually starting at 4 o'clock in the afternoon on the West Coast. So they're calling it a little bit.
About them.
right? You don't. TV advertisers do. And that's what's driving. Oh, God. The media circus that is the NCAA tournament, dude, they are milking every dime out of this. So they want all eyes on tonight, and that's why they're starting that late. You look at these two games at first glance, I like the over in both. I think that the markets are really looking at this round, the Sweet 16 round. Things start to tighten up defensively. Teams start slowing down. I just don't see it. I think Texas is going to come out, and they're going to have to run to push the pace to get Purdue out of their slowed down, kind of grinded out offense. And especially in that Iowa-Nebraska game, the model has that one projected out to 136. The line's at 132. I love the over in that one, especially late game with the line being at 1.5.
Yeah,
you're talking about lots of free throws, and that is a godsend when you're playing the over, especially at a 130, anything in the low 130s.
Yeah, in that game, you can still get it at 131.5 at MGM. Never mind, it just moved to 132.5. I literally made my play 30 minutes before the show started, so I don't know why. I guess it already moved 1 point. Not that I did anything, but I believe there's probably can still find a 131 out there, 131.5 out there.
You can buy it down if you want to.
Yeah. So either way, it should be a fun game, we'll say. I think the most fun of those two is the Iowa Nebraska, but let's go to the next one because these next two are going to be awesome. Arkansas, Arizona, my favorite game to watch, but Illinois, Houston should be a great game as well. Your thoughts on either one of those? Because if I'm looking at Arkansas, Arizona, I love it. I know you're already going to be on that other side of me, but this could be a boxing match where we see a team go on a run of 12 and go up, the other team another run, and then it's back and forth, and it's going to be just great basketball.
Yeah, I think the key to this one is foul trouble, right? If either team finds itself in foul trouble early, good night, Irene. And it really does boil down to that one simple metric. These two teams have the ability. Arkansas has the ability to keep up with Arizona for most of the game. They won't be able to do it for the full 40 minutes. I don't believe so. If they can keep it close, though, Arizona gets into foul trouble or is not shooting the ball well, this thing could be a lot closer. And you're looking at a total right now. The line's at 164.5. Arizona has been an over machine. I love the over in this, especially if you're expecting a tighter game than the line would suggest.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, Houston, Illinois, same thing. I look at this and I'm thinking, okay, the line's at 2.5, depending on the book. Another close game. I think. Would you believe it? I think I like all four games tonight to go over their line. I know it. That has me bothered. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, I agree. And it scares me because I do like it as well. Anyway, all right, before we get to our TV timeout, let's hit one more thing. And this is from Nonsense McGee, and shout out to him for coming in. I love his dinger stuff. It's always, I remember old school. This was back 3 places ago, I think, when I think we met Nonsense McGee. And we've been on dingers ever since. And honestly, it's been football as well. Like the early mornings, Sunday morning, we'll get a tweet of some sort to respond to. But he's like, how long do you think we should wait on betting the over-unders on runs based on the JTS model? Like a couple weeks, like trying to see how it fills itself out.
So I can tell you that all of the sims and everything is done with the players on the roster now. And it's run against the matchups, right? So everything's simulated over 12,000 times. You can trust it from day one. It will start to adjust. It's going to adjust it's adjusting now. So I can tell you, like Paul Skeens, adjustments are already being made, and they won't swing wildly. There's guardrails put in place to make sure that you're not an overreaction to a single event like we had today. But yes, there are real-time updates taking place for every single game that is up on the site. So
Nice.
yeah, you can feel confident looking at that going, okay, I feel good about this.
All right. Well, we'll keep track of it. We'll kind of see. And I know you keep track of it as well, but that'll be something we can talk about is how it's starting to hone in and target, somebody, because that's what Mark does the best at. He gets the information and then he diagnoses it in the sense of looks at, all right, so when we're seeing this present itself on the numbers, that is like a key, like alert, like, hey, that is key for a play to hit because of the way that the model reads and everything. So I like that.
And I can tell you this, I know they put out the tweet. Was it? Yeah, it was yesterday. That the run line. So run line indicators, everything that we look at that has a run differential of 1.4 or greater, and there's 4 games that fit that category today. That is a run line identified play by the model. You've got Chicago White Sox and the Brewers. You could play the Brewers on the run line, Cubs on the run line, Dodgers on the run line. I'm already all over it. And the Seattle Mariners on the run line. Those plays last season on model identified run line plays, those plays last season, 117, 118 units. There were plus 118 units last season. It's hard to do that.
Yeah, Mark was frozen. Anytime he goes off the screen,
I had to check my numbers. I'm sorry. Yeah, I had to check the numbers.
It's fine. I understand it now, but I think people are just seeing it because he was doing a ventriloquist act. All right. Well, it's that time. This is the Thursday. This is what everybody comes here for, is some TV timeout, a chance for us to look at what we're looking at right now in Survivor. All right, let's get that's a quick one. That's a quick one. 6 seconds.
That was a quick whistle.
All right, let's get to Survivor. So what we saw is 2 people being voted out here. We had Angelina and Charlie, which I thought Charlie was going to do a lot better, in my opinion. I thought he was set pretty well, and he wasn't. So anything surprised you about either one, Angelina or Charlie, going out?
When I watched it, Angelina, I think people were kind of like, okay, yeah, it's akin to a throwaway vote for traders, right? That was the easy one, low hanging fruit. Not much brought to the table there. Okay, the sacrificial. The real shocker for me was Charlie, because I think that he started getting that traction of Rizzo's not doing anything for us, and dude is sneaky. He's untrustworthy. We got to get him out, and he almost did it. I think I had a brand new appreciation for Rizzo's game. Okay. Because he set out and he bonded with Sari, and I forget what's her other name, the other lady,
D or yes. Camilla?
Oh, Camilla. I'm sorry, Camilla, and absolutely lied to her and said, yeah, when so and so when he got voted off, he was like, yeah, you and Camilla need to really work together. All BS, right. But I think dude. He is a minnow swimming with sharks right now, and they're going to sniff him out. And I 100%. don't think that he lasts very long in this.
No, I don't think so, because he won't have any allies. He won't have enough allies. But I'm just so over the fact that, like, some of these people, the decisions they make, it just seems so stupid. And honestly, him being teamed up with Sari just makes me hate him more, because she is a lump on the log that everybody takes just through because she's nice, and she can't, she won't win because she is the best player in Survivor history to have never won. No, that does not make her the best. Like, right. It just, she sucks because she didn't win. Right. What do you mean? She's even with everybody that didn't win. Like, right. I'm so over the whole Sari love. I can't wait. We'll do a parade on the shows whenever she's gone off the show, and hopefully this is the last time we have her on our TV, because she does nothing. Like, I don't know why people like her so much. Why does she get airtime? She annoys me.
It's really pathetic. I mean, you look at her performance so far in season 50, and she's really done nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing but kind of stir the pot a little bit and get things going. I think she's been the beneficiary of being with some really good people who can win the challenges.
Yeah.
And
100%.
and that, by the way, I forget the name of their tribe, but the one that keeps losing relentlessly.
I'm trying to look at it right here. It's not Kalo or Sela. It's the other one.
Yes.
Fatu?
Yeah. Dude. At some point, they need medical intervention. Be like, no, really, we got to get you guys out of here. They're lifeless. They have zero energy. These guys are a walking liability for every challenge that they take.
Right. They're gonna die.
Right. They're running on fumes at this point. And so I think that short of another tribal shuffle,
yeah,
which I would be surprised to see at this point. I think we've seen a lot of surprises. They've thrown a lot of curveballs. And to keep everybody on their toes, they might mix things up a little bit. And boy,
we could see that because it's kind of getting, I wouldn't say stale, but like there's not much happening. And I normally don't like it prior to the merge. Once the merge gets here, that's when I actually tune in and enjoy Survivor a little bit more. I don't think they'll go that big on the merge with this many people, but they could, and just kind of just say, you know what, we're going to completely shake it up. Everybody is together now.
Well,
that would be interesting.
I think that probably makes a lot more sense that they would merge sooner versus later, especially since they have these Billie Eilish boomerang idols.
Right.
Right. And I think that's key. My question is, if somebody gets voted off with that idol, how do they give it back to the person that gave them the idol in the first place?
Well, that comes behind the scenes.
Right. So okay, but it's not done like, in front of everybody. So now everybody knows that this person has the idol.
No, it's going to show up in their bag like everybody else's.
Okay. Gotcha.
How they do that, I'm guessing it's just, with production, you move everybody off, have the one-on-ones, and then they can put it in at that point. Maybe they clean up the beach for you. I don't know. There's got to be some stuff that happens. But either way, my question I want to end on this with is Christian. I want to know your thoughts on Christian because he's now been the guy who's been at Vatu right now, and he feels like he's controlling the game. Your thoughts on Christian just overall?
I think he is from that standpoint. I think that he's definitely the strongest on Vatu. And I think that because of that, the other tribes see him as an asset. And I think that's the key, is because it's going to be easier once this merge happens, or if there's another shuffle, it's going to be easier for him to form alliances with those other people that he isn't able to spend as much time with as he is with his own tribe right now.
I absolutely hate him. And I don't get it. I don't get him. I don't get why people continue to string him along. Why that Ozzy didn't say, you know what, bro, I can get the votes. You're gone. Like, it doesn't make sense. He almost is too full of himself. And he's the one that is pulling the strings and doing the blind side. Like, why not? You know what? We're going to go first on and take you out. And so at that point, I would just say off with the head. Like, I just don't like, I wouldn't mesh with him well. And he seems to be nice, but man, he just seems to be a little over the top. And he obviously has the ear of so many people that maybe you have to just completely get rid of him. So I'm curious how it goes. Was there any, I didn't see it, and I don't know if I just missed it, but like I replayed it and watched it earlier this morning. I didn't see a preview of next week. Were you able to see a preview of next week?
I did not.
And I'm curious, Kim, if you're here, did you see one? Because I didn't see him at all anywhere. And so I don't see, I couldn't find a preview, and I'm still like, all right, where was it? Because it didn't show up. So Either way, I'm excited. I'm excited to continue to watch it. It says it alluded to a merge. Okay. So maybe that's it. So I have no idea. I literally tried to go back and watch it again, and it still didn't show me anything. So I don't know where it went. It died somewhere, in the I don't know, somewhere in the archives. Anyway, anything else on Survivor that you liked or you're excited to watch moving forward?
No, you know what? I think, and I came in late last week. I was in the chat and I missed a lot of it, but I think for me last week's episode was so much more engaging for me than this week's episode, simply because I have seen Zach Brown play.
Mm-hmm.
To be able to sit down and watch him play, well, first of all, to see the fish that he caught, spearfishing.
That was fake.
It wasn't fake.
They said it was.
No, he does that for real. Don't you ruin. I'm not listening to you. To see the fish that Zach Brown caught with his own hands. He dove down and literally grabbed this fish who was just kind of swimming along nicely, pulled it up to fending off sharks, and then still had the courage to go and not just create this gourmet dinner for the contestants, but then he found the strength somehow to play his music acoustically in an environment where he's having to tune his guitar all the time because humidity and the moisture. Dude, how is he not? He should be enshrined in the Music Hall of Fame.
Well, I like Zach Brown too. And if you want a fantasy like Mark, you can have a fantasy about Zach Brown too. It doesn't take much. But that was
I'm good.
Yep. Robbie's here. He just stumbled in. Mark, you good? Jesus. All right. Well, that's all we got today. It has been it's been a great day for sure. We always go long.
I don't know if everybody knows why it's been such a great day. If I could just take 5 seconds and express to you how much I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful happy birthday today. You have been a colleague, a mentor, and a true friend, and I appreciate it. And I hope that your day is as special as you deserve it.
Appreciate the kind words. I'm not good on kind words usually, but it has been a good day. Honestly, you know, it is my birthday. We don't celebrate the older we get. I get that. But I will say it's always good when they ask, my wife asks, do you want French toast for breakfast? Yeah, yes, I would. If it wouldn't be too much of a trouble. You don't have to give me any gifts, but I would love to have some French toast. I swear to God.
That's amazing.
And they brought me French toast, and my little one came and cuddled up next to me and said, "What are we watching?" And I said, "I'm going to turn on Survivor." Yeah, and so that was fun. So I'm glad there was no Marilyn Monroe style video. But yeah, anyway, been a great day. I appreciate the kind words for sure. We have a great chat. We have a great family, us. And that's what makes the brand what it is. And that's what allows us to do stupid things like TV timeout, in all honesty.
Can't sip my Gatorade enough time.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, but thank you all. Today has been great, but the show, as always, my favorite. We just got talking about the dumbest stuff and then talking about baseball and everything else. I'm excited about the baseball season. I think it will be a lot of fun, in all honesty. And I think this will be one of the year that we could see, you know, a lot of teams still in it towards the end of the year. I don't know why I have that feeling. I'm probably dead wrong, but I really do have that feeling this year. And so I don't know. Do you feel that way? Because I don't know. It just feels like everything's shaking out to where there's a lot of like I don't know, where teams are kind of getting the right players. And I know the Dodgers are top tier, but like in my power rankings, I know the Dodgers are there, but I think these other teams, you could put 10 teams in that top 5 and feel good about it.
Well, here the thing about baseball is you get such a long season, right?
Right.
And you're asking these guys to perform at the highest level consistently. An injury could happen here. I mean, we saw it with the Dodgers last year, right? I mean, good old Frederick, right?
Frederick, Charles Freeman.
and to keep him, don't ever do that again. You're getting at that age now where you don't want to do that.
That's my hip. Sorry.
It's my hip, your back, neck. You need a chiropractor, whole thing. But I think that, yeah, we see an injury happen. And all of a sudden you get one or two guys sitting out of a lineup and it drastically changes the entire skew. So I think going into this, I know that I'm excited to see what transpires, especially over this first real month. I mean, look, nobody remembers April baseball.
Right.
You know, when it comes into August. So I think that we'll start to see this picture fill out and develop. And again, it's a really long season, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. It should be a fun time.
I am playing the Rockies. I am fading the Rockies on the run line every single game this season.
I saw the graphic come out. Day 1, opening day baseball. Rockies are eliminated from playoff contention. That's it always gets me. Full disclosure. Best part of Miss Kim's day, best brand in the land. But thank you all for hanging out with us. Make sure if you're not a part of JTS, justsports.com, go ahead and tune up now. We're going to have a lot of plays up there. I think baseball will be, in all accounts, probably our best sport with so many people chipping in over time. And so there should be a lot of plays up there. We're going to try to do that daily dinger. We're going to try to put up our plays. Our video plays have been doing well. We're trying to do a lot, so bear with us. There's not so much of us, but we're trying to get everything ramped up and put up these plays as much as we can. But thank you all for hanging out with us as always. Tomorrow's Friday. I don't know what we're doing. I guess we'll have to talk behind the scenes on what our special segment might be.
Let's talk hockey.
Well, oh, God. Anyway, enough of that.
Buzzkill.